Hey everybody, Kathy here, your Mani Maniac. Thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my Valentine's Day inspired mani. It's so pretty, honestly. There in the light. It just doesn't even do it justice. But I'm going to show you how I did it using Sparkle Co January subscription bag colors. I have the Luxe bag. If you're interested in the subscription unboxing so you can see what that's all about, just check out the card up in the top corner. Hit that. You can see the unboxing videos that I've done so far. All right, let's show you how it's done. All right, so here it is, guys. As I mentioned, we're going to do this beautiful manicure. We've got lots to do, so we're going to jump right in. I've got a clear dip 3/4. We've got a lot of work to do with all 5 of these nails. I'm trying not to make this video too long, so I'm just real quickly going to go through each one for you. We are going to start with our thumb and Valentine's Day. These are all fairly simple dips. The Valentine's Day and Heart Eyes are the chunkier glitters, so there is kind of a method to the madness. If I'm doing a single color or a non-chunky glitter color, I will a lot of times do, 3 nails, 2-3 nails at a time. With the chunky glitters, we want to do 1 at a time, and we're going to just base bond on there, not too close to the cuticle, but all the way around. We're going to go lay that right on top of our Valentine's Day. Make sure we rock it side to side a little bit. Going to give this a little tap down. And then we're going to go right into our next dip. And we're going to make sure we get any areas especially that we missed. I'm finding I've been missing that corner a lot today as I did my manicure. This is a new nail shape for me, so I feel like I've been missing this corner right here. And that may just be because the shape is a little bit different than it normally is. Or has been, as I'm kind of morphing my nail shape here. So I'm going to get those sides real good. We're going to go into the Valentine's Day again. I rock back and forth so I make sure I get that. Just give it a little tap down. If you see any along the edge here, like this guy that's kind of trying unhook him. There we go. And again, we're going straight in. The key to these chunky glitters is to keep them kind of wet. And so you want to put your next liquid on right away, real quick. And again, you're not going to drench it, just like normal. You want to, be careful. We're going to go with a clear dip over top of this Valentine's Day to protect it. And so when we buff, we're not buffing off any of that glitter. So we'll just pull that out and give it a little tap. I always tap, if I'm dipping over glitters, I always tap away from the bottle so that if any glitter does happen to fall off at this point, it's not going back into that jar there. Although we can see we've got a little bit. So we're going to hit this with a good coat of Solidify here. And I probably even could have gone with one more clear. I'm going to file quite a bit because these, like I said, these chunky glitters, they stick up. So you want to be careful with those. We're going to go into a medium grit bit here for my efile. And then I'm just going to do my usual. I'm going to thin out the sides, thin out the cuticle edge, and just make sure everything is super smooth, because as I always say, it will irritate me to no end if I run my finger over this and it's bumpy. So we're just going to try and get it real smooth here. Anything that's lumpy and all these edges, just want to give them a nice buff down. And again, that's so when they are growing, in the process of growing out, as they are going to do, they're not going to be too, they're not going to get caught like in my hair and stuff. So that's why we go over these here a few times. And then you always want to look at it from different angles. Feel it, make sure it doesn't feel like it's got any bumps. piece of glitter sticking out there. And just make sure that, again, this cuticle edge especially is just super smooth and gradually makes its way, you know, higher into your nail. And again, these chunky glitters sometimes can be a little bit tough to work with for this reason. They don't always lay flat, which is why we use the method I just showed you. The owner of Sparkle Co, Christy, she got on and showed us a video of that, and I've used that method ever since, and it works really well. So, okay, so that looks pretty good. Turn off the e-file. Gonna go ahead and dust that off. Next up, some more solidify. And then we'll give that just a minute to dry before we put on the glossy coat. So we're gonna move on to subscription box number 39. It's complicated. And this is gonna be a solid color dip here. No glitter this time, so we're gonna just try and get a nice even thin coat all the way around, not all the way onto the cuticle, but as close to the edges as we can get. And then we'll just dip right here into our It's Complicated. Give that a nice tap, and then give it just one quick second to set before we give it a little dust, just to get that excess off. We'll go in for dip number 2 of the color. And this color doesn't necessarily need 2 dips. I mean, it looks like fairly good coverage to me, but I always like to make sure I've got a good amount on there. Just give that a second to set. And then we're gonna go in with a clear dip over top. And I do clear on pretty much every color I put on. You'll see in a little bit when we do the Propose Already, which is this lighter nude color, that I don't do a top clear dip. And that's just because the Propose Already has just a slight shimmer to it. Looks like I got some Valentines or something stuck on there. And I felt like you couldn't see it quite as well with the clear on top. So, all right, so we've got our clear dip on top there. We're gonna go ahead and hit that with some Solidify while it gets ready to buff. While we wait for that Solidify, you always want your Solidify to dry. We're gonna go ahead and do the glossy coat so you can see just how beautiful this Valentine's Day is. It's so pretty. It's real similar to the Glass Slippers collection with the chunky glitters in it. It's much pinker, not quite as pink as Barbie's Glass Slippers, but I love this pink color. So just give that first coat of glossy about 20 seconds or so, and then we're gonna go ahead and pull on our top coat. And it is looking beautiful. See how pretty that is? Woo woo. All right, so now that this Solidify is dry, we're gonna go ahead and e-file. Looks good, feels good. All right, so another coat of Solidify, and again, like we did last time, while that dries, we're gonna move on to the next, which is gonna be our Pearl Chrome. Now, underneath this, Pink Chrome. Underneath this Pink Chrome is Propose Already, so we're gonna go ahead and do 2 coats of that over our clear base we've already got going here. was trying to sneak in there. So again, you can see me kind of wiggle my brush, especially once you get a dip or two on there. A lot of times it can be hard to get the brush to run all the way over, but look how pretty that is even without anything on it. I almost like it better than with the clear. I wonder if you put a matte coat, if it would look more like that again. Who knows? Okay. All right, so since we're going to be putting the pink chrome over top of this Propose already, I am going to put a clear coat over top. And again, I think I said before that I didn't put the clear coat on top of the Propose already on my pinky because I like the shimmer, and I felt like this kind of didn't let it shimmer quite as much, so I don't know. Okay, so there's that. Solidify, and while that dries, we're going to do glossy coat on our It's Complicated. So always 2 coats of glossy, that's step number 4. And you want to wait about 15 to 20 seconds before you put the second coat on here. I'm so excited because I don't generally wear very mixed manis like this, where like every finger is different, because at work I'm not really supposed to, although I do accents a lot of the time, even though I'm not supposed to. But anyway, so I took the opportunity, since I'm off for an entire week, to do a completely mixed mani, so every finger has something different on it, and I love it. It's very exciting. All right, so our Propose already is solidified, and we're going to give that a quick buff. Doesn't look like we need to do too much shape-wise. So we'll just do cuticles and the sides for the most part here. Okay, not too bad. Gonna go solidify. While that dries, we're moving on to heart eyes. So again, with the glitter, we're going to always end up putting a clear coat on top, so that as we buff that glitter, it's not going to flake off everywhere. It's a nice even coat, getting close to the cuticle but not on it. And then we'll lay that right on top of heart eyes. Give it just a little tap, and then I'm going to take my cuticle pusher and any stray guys I see hanging out here. I don't want them to be too close to the edge. All right, and then quickly another coat of base, making sure to cover any spots we may have missed or not gotten the coverage that we wanted. And you do want to try and keep these coats as thin as you can while still getting the coverage that you need, because the powder and the glitter and everything sticks to this base bond. So if there's no base bond, there will be no glitter or color, or whatever it is you're doing. So give that a tap again. Straight back in for our clear. Dip. Protect that glitter. Get off that glitter there so I don't contaminate my base bond. All right, got a clear dip on there. Looking good. So we'll give that a little brush and then some solidify. While this solidified dries, we will go back to clear coat our Propose already. And we're going to pink chrome this in a few minutes. Once we get through everything, I'll show ya. It's the same as the rose gold chrome. Link in the card in the corner here has a link to that video for using the rose gold chrome. Exactly the same process. So if you've seen that video, you should be able to knock this out really easily. All right, isn't that such a beautiful, it just has the tiniest shimmer to it, which I love. All right. Off we go again. All right, so while the solidify is drying, we're going to go on to our last, which is a propose already. And I feel like I may try my hand at some nail stamping today. What do you guys think? I got a really cute Valentine's stamping kit from Twinkle Tea. Came with the stamper, the card, these two colors of stamping polish, and this hearts stamping plate. And I've been kind of playing around with it, so I think I might stamp a couple on these too. We'll see how we go. All right, so that is set. Second coat of propose already happening here. If you have a favorite stamping situation going on, whether it's your favorite plates, your favorite stamping polishes, like what do you use? Because stamping is new for me, and I'm going to show you as I do it, so I'm, you know, happy to share as I learn, but just keep in mind I'm learning as I go. So we're going to do a quick clear coat over a propose already. Off the rails there. Clear coat. Let them set for just a second. I feel like I'm serious cross-contamination happening here today for some reason. All right, so now that that's there, solidify. And then you know the drill. To solidify that propose already again. While we do that, let's go ahead and set up our chrome. So we're going to use Sparkle Co Gel Top. And you do need a UV light for this one. I have used the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel before, and it works okay. It doesn't stay for as long, I will say. I think coating it and using a lamp really makes a difference because it just really gives it that hardness. So you're going to cure this for 15 seconds, and that's so it has just a touch of a tacky layer, and that allows this chrome to adhere. So this is a sample of the pink chrome, and you saw I used the rose gold chrome before. Link to that video in the corner there, as I mentioned. And you really don't need a lot of this product. I mean, this is a sample size, and so it looks like maybe it's not that much, but honestly, like, it goes a long way. So you just want to get all the way around all the free edges. Make sure and just buff it in, basically. And that gives it that nice shiny, because it looks like a really fine glitter at first. So you can see, we're going to do a second coat here. So I'm just wiping that with a towel, just kind of brushing that off so that we can put some more of our gel top on here. We're going to do that all the way around. Again, you want to get all the way to the edges and around that free edge here, tip of your nail, and we're going to again cure for 15 seconds. And then right on top, and then just circular motions all the way to the edge. And wherever the gel is, because it's a little sticky because you're just curing it for, the gel top is 15 seconds. There may be a time difference using different gels, I don't know. So if you are not using Sparkle Co gel top, then the timing may be a little different. I would just say just practice. You want it to just be slightly tacky so that it has something to adhere to. All right, so again, we're gonna rub that off. I almost used my brush, but I rose gold chromed one of my brushes. So everything it touches now has this, because this powder is super fine. All right, so you can see, look how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. I might just do an entire manicure like this after Valentine's Day. I don't even care. I just love pink. So then I'm going to do 2 fully cured coats of gel top over this, and that's going to give it a really nice seal so that it's nice and hard. So that'll be for a full minute of curing with the gel top. So we're all cured there with our gel top for that pink chrome. We're going to go ahead and do our 2 coats of glossy. Coat number 1, again 15 to 20 seconds. And that first coat always kind of looks matte a little bit. And then we put on the second coat, and then it gets shiny. So pretty. All right, and that will be dry in just a second here. So there it is, start to finish. Got an entire manicure of crazy. Can't wait to put another mani on in a week with these awesome colors. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet, but there it is. Beautimous. All right, we're gonna try our hand at some stamping. So these 2 are gonna have stamping. If you wanna watch some stamping, hit that card up above. Thanks so much for joining me for this Valentine's inspired manicure. I've got my swatches here from my subscription bag. This was the January Luxe bag colors that we just used. Got all my subscription bag colors. I have a whole nother set here of my regular line dip colors. There's a ton. If you're interested in how I've done this organizational scheme for my dip powders, check out the card in the corner, and that'll link you right to my organization video. And I want to just remind you to make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and give us a thumbs up if you like this content, you want to keep seeing more videos. And as always, if you do have any questions, comments, or anything that you'd like to see coming up, please check that below. As I mentioned, we're going to do some stamping, so that's coming up next on the Mani Maniac. See you soon.